Old Head Gaming here. It's November 4th, 2021. We have a huge day for Marvel's Avengers. A lot of stuff to get into. A lot of stuff I couldn't really talk about earlier in this week because I was a bit under the weather. We're going to talk about the change to cosmetics. We'll do that once we talk about the store. And we also just got the new roadmap. You can see that right here. And we'll dive into that as well and break down all of this stuff, including the marketplace reset for 11.4. But first, like always, if you think that this is going to be the day that you really dive back in Avengers, you probably should, because you're going to have some raid prep for November 30th, and this is going to be some exciting stuff. If you like the content or you find it helpful, please drop a like and subscribe. It really does help the channel, and I cover Marvel's Avengers amongst a slew of other games, and I greatly appreciate the support. And now let's dive into the marketplace first, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about all the stuff inside the rest of it. So we start today with our free consumable, which looks like a 2-hour XP catalyst. And the big thing I want to talk about right now, and then I will go into other stuff, is the first thing we're going to talk about is the consumable store. And this is something I couldn't dive into earlier. As you can see, here is the consumables I own. They're now gone. They removed the paid-for boosters of both fragments and XP, and they are no longer sellable after a complete 180 by Crystal Dynamics on the message they posted on Wednesday. I would have loved to have covered it a little earlier, but my throat is just finally getting back to a point where I can actually talk now. And so in this case, we're going to talk about it right now. This was a great move. You know, I said I was only wanted to hear their explanation. I wasn't mad at them for backtracking on their word. I wasn't mad at them for putting the XP and the fragment boosters, although I was worried about fragment boosters as a whole. But I did have legitimate concerns by the fact there was such radio silence. And after 3 weeks, the silence came back that they had decided to backtrack, and I think it was a great decision, but I would have been okay if they would have said, here's the skinny, this is what's going on, this is why we did this, and we're sorry. And I would have been fine with that too, but I think this is a much better option, and they have added a new loot box system in the game. They're going to expand on that a little bit further, but it's with in-game credits, which, let's be honest, we're all sitting on millions of credits at this point because there's been nothing to do with them since they shut down poor Chastity's Soar, and she's been basically offline for 4 months now, I think. On the bright side, this is good. This is a great move. This takes care of a huge problem, and it makes me more likely to spend money. Now, let's take a look at them. This is just, I'm not sure any of this is actually new. Maybe it is. I don't remember this skin. What is this? The morning workout outfit. All right, yeah, now that I can see it, I don't remember anything with the Avengers skin on it. Is that what we got here? Is that the same for Iron Man? Okay, these are new recolors. 500 credits, which, as a matter of fact, they did announce today as well. The new pricing system has remained the same. Only the legendaries will cost. This is actually really nice. The Thor is really good looking, and I will probably pick this up on my Xbox account because I kind of buy on one or the other. Let's take a look at Black Panther's morning workout. I really like the Avengers symbol and the gold, or more that, I guess it's more of a bronze. Bronze and silver look is really nice together. And then we have Marvel Studios cap, which I did not buy. I have the regular cap one, but it's a good skin. And then this is last week's Iron Man 2 skin. And it's the suitcase outfit. It's very good. I did not pick that up either. And here's the new skin of the week. This is a legendary, which they have now cut off the cross where it would say they used to be 1,200 credits. They're just now 900 for legendary gear. And at least it's something new. The Artificial Genius is a comic-based skin. They use the head of their Tony, which I have absolutely no problem about. It's all scuffed up. It's basically Tony from the future when he's basically a bot. Is it something I would buy? No. Is it a great inventive skin? Sure. Does it suck that only Captain America and Iron Man seem to get all the skins? Yes, it does. Can we please give Widow or poor Hawkeye some skin? Like, give Kate. Now, I'm not going to lie. I'm not even a Kate main, but Kate gets the short end of the stick on every type of skin there is. Can we give poor Kate a skin? And we got some takedowns today. So let's take a look at these. We'll look at Black Panthers first. and that's called You Better Watch Your Back. We'll run that one more time. Claw, kick, teleport. Okay, it's teleporting back. Okay, that's cool. Hawkeye, even when I miss, I don't. This is a cool one. He's firing through the teleports. So it looks like we're using the teleports as this week's takedowns. And my favorite one is a teleport, which is the trust fall from Black Widow, which I still think is the best takedown in the game. We have a new one from Kate. Have a nice trip, where she basically keeps dropping the person in infinite loop. Looks very Mortal Kombat-like, and then hits them with an arrow. And then finally, Captain America's take on the old classic. It's very similar to his old classic one, except now he's using teleportation. And that's really all the marketplace is. We've already gone over the big thing, which was the remover consumables. We've already talked about the reprice, which is really important because you're going to see a completely different structure for how the pricing is going to be now. And finally, we're going to talk about this roadmap, and I'm going to bring that up so you can see it. So we're going to make this big, and we're going to make this a much bigger picture. I'm going to put it full screen for a few moments so that way you guys can see it. Now we're looking at it, and basically what we're talking about is November 30th is the day for everything. They've been silent, and here comes the grand poobah. First, we're going to dive into earnable cosmetics. And this is what I was talking about with these faction loot boxes. Is they're going to be 500 in-game units. They don't cost any real-life money. And you also have a chance of exclusive skins and other kind of perks. There's a new enemy type. Those are the Echoes. They're going to be found inside the raid. More MCU skins. Are we going to see a Spider-Man MCU skin on launch? Because Spider-Man drops that day, so that's kind of a big deal. You got the Discordant Sound raid, which has already been hinted at by Brian Wagner, that you need both Vibranium and Sonic gear to really make a difference in the Elite version, not so much in the normal version. And ongoing activities, Corrupted Vibranium, Red Rum, and bonus XP weekends will all be returning. The power level increase will go on, so we'll have our way to increase our gear as well. And then we still have the Hawkeye nameplate challenge, which I don't know if that's on the 30th or not, but it says everything on the 30th, so I guess it is. That's the Disney tie-in to the new Disney Plus series for Hawkeye and Kate. And then per hero weekly objectives. And they're going to dive into that a little more. And I think it's going to be very interesting. So what we have now is this whole new system, that's whole new revive. Is this what we were hoping to get when War for Wakanda dropped? Because everyone was talking about War for Wakanda as the Taken King expansion. Now, ironically enough, we just had this article come out yesterday dumping on Avengers from Square Enix saying, you know, blah, blah, blah. They weren't the right team. But if you look at this grouping that they're putting out, you can't do much better live service than what we see coming. Now, I'm sorry, Xbox, which I am one of, and PC fans, you're not getting Spider-Man, so at least you have all this other material coming out on that day. And that's the huge breakdown of everything that's kind of gone on in the last 3 days. Jesus, 3 days and we've gone bonkers. And here's what we have coming up. We're going to be hitting stuff hard. We will be seeing a bunch of new stuff coming on November 30th. So this month, take your time to prep. If you haven't maxed out your resources, I guess you can still do that. And have fun playing Avengers and knowing that A, the cosmetic drama is over. B, sorry for the Xbox PC people, but Sony can enjoy Spider-Man. And C, we're going to have the raid. And I know people have been dying for Endgame in this game for a long, long time. We're pushing 14 months with literally no Endgame other than the OLT, which turned out to not be that in the first place. So I'm very excited to see. Thank you as always for watching, and later, mates!